Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. Today we're talking about our subscription boxes going downhill. I kind of think they are. This is kind of inspired by my last Margot and Elena, Ipsy, Stitch Fix. I don't know. I love subscription boxes. I will probably not stop getting them. But I do feel like they're on this struggle bus. And I want to go over kind of 8 little points on my paper of what do I think is happening? And I think they are a little bit going downhill. Number one reason I think is inflation. So our prices have, for a lot of things, went up 10, 20, 30% in the last 6 months, 8 months. And I feel like on a lot of levels, whether it's products at the store, subscription boxes, I feel like businesses were leery to raise their price. They thought we would stop buying them, so they lowered their quality. So I feel like that's a lot of areas, whether it's you're going to a restaurant, you're buying whatever it is you're buying. I feel like businesses were finding ways to save money on their product versus raising the price. Personally, I would rather raise the price and not sacrifice quality. I do feel like quality is going downhill in a lot of areas. And that could be a California thing because we've, I would say for the last 2 or 3 years been raising our minimum wage. It was 15, then it was this, and now we're at 20. And so it could be a little bit of businesses for us because, you're paying now at McDonald's $20 an hour for them to work there. The price of the cheeseburger has to go up. Anyway, so I think inflation is to blame a little bit or a big bit for some of this quality going down the hill. Another area I feel like these boxes are suffering in is we are getting the same thing over and over again. Stitch Fix is a big one. I feel like they've had certain styles, fabrics for 7 years and they keep sending it out. We have the same stuff. I feel like Ipsy. I have a few items here to show throughout. I do love mascara. I get a mascara every time. At some point, I would like something different as much as I like a, mascara. I also feel like people are gaming the system. Stitch Fix is my big one on this. We have the Style Pass. They're getting rid of that for most people. And I think there were quite a few YouTubers who gamed the system. I know of a person who, they must have had somehow multiple sneaky accounts. They would get all the free boxes. If there was a $100 credit, they would somehow have a $100 credit, even though 6 months ago they'd had a $100 credit. People using the Style Pass just to buy a box to film, sending it back, not buying anything. And so that costs Stitch Fix money. Even if they have a deal with the post office, it still costs money per box. And if you don't buy anything, they're losing money. So I feel like people gaming the system, you do the promo, sign up for a box, you get it for half off or $10 or whatever, and then you cancel and you find another way to sign up and you kind of game the system. And I think that's kind of making the profit margins lower for the boxes. So they have to compensate by making money in other areas, which again, I feel like is lowering the quality of what we're getting. Cheaper items. I feel like Stitch Fix, Ipsy, Margot Elena, you're seeing cheaper items in the box. I feel like they're filler. Ipsy sending out a lot of tools. You get an eyeshadow brush, probably costs $1 to make, if that. And they're going to have a value of $20. Tweezers, even if they say these are $30 tweezers, how much do tweezers really cost to make? So I feel like there's a lot of filler kind of items, cheaper items. So tweezers are not that exciting. In my last Margot Elena, we had wick cutters. I mean, seriously, how much of a value does that? So Margot Elena, I love, this is an example. I get compliments every time I wear this perfume. Beautiful packaging. The outside was beautiful. We used to get, I forget how many items you get in Margot Elena, somewhere around 6, 7, or 8. You would get 8 beautiful, full size, awesome things. The best packaging in the world. Now we're getting this, a silver tube that I struggle to close all the time. Is it a good lotion? Yes. I do not like the scent, although I will tell you several of my students keep complimenting me. This cap is so hard to get on and off. I don't think it was made well. I don't know what this is. Archive. I don't know whether it's a house brand or not, but this is not beautiful packaging. This to me looks like it was made for the box to save money, not impressed at all. Also, this is a foot cream. Now this would go in the, like they standardly send this, but this is a foot cream. I've used it all up. It is teeny tiny. This has like a value of like 25, 30 bucks. I can get a huge tub of foot cream for like $6. So I feel like really for a foot cream, this is tiny. So smaller amounts. I feel like cheaper items are using their own brands, making their own stuff, less items in some cases, less quality of items. So I don't know. I do feel like right now that industry is sort of struggling. There's also increasing competition. I feel like ever since COVID, everybody's ordering a lot of things online. So we don't necessarily need the subscription boxes. There's also like, I feel like the subscription market, if you would go to like Cratejoy or whatever, there are like 1,000 different things always popping up. So there's a lot of competition. Over with Stitch Fix, and I have 3 pieces of clothing here, I feel like we're getting worse fabrics. This was a splurge. I really do like it. This was what brand is it? This was Threads for Thought, and it was a splurge because I think it was like $60. Anymore, I don't know. Let's see. Is it going to come out? There's a big snag. I don't know. And it's not like I've changed rings or I'm changing anything that I've done. Where did it go? Right here. So there's a big snag right there. And yes, a snag could be my fault. But like I said, I haven't changed my rings. I haven't changed the way I behave. But all of a sudden in the last, like I would say year, both of these have snags. I don't even know how this fabric snagged. This is a wantable shirt. I think Bobe or Bobo or whatever was the brand. But I am getting a bunch of snags on clothes. I do not think the brands, I feel like they've had to sacrifice, again, back to inflation. They've sacrificed, instead of, charging $5 more, they're trying to get cheaper fabrics. I also don't think they're lasting as long. I really like this shirt and I've worn a bunch of it out, but it's already it's thinning out. I have strings coming out of it. Somebody a while ago had been like, well, don't you just have almost because of your boxes, you have a house full of piled up to the gills. The clothes don't last me hardly more than a season. I'm not a gentle person, but I'm not rolling around in the mud and things, but, I don't purposely get rid of things, but if they're stained, which happens, if they got a big snag, they're getting thin. So I would say often tops don't last too many seasons because I don't think the quality is there. So I do think worse fabrics. The stuff I've been getting in Stitch Fix lately, very thin, crepey polyester, the rayon is cheap. And with any fabric, there's good polyester and there's worse polyester. There's better rayon. There's worse rayon. And so I feel like they're going the cheapest. You can go very thin, very not good. And I kind of mentioned this. I've kind of been going back and forth. So I think they're making their own house brands. I really feel like this is something Margot Elena is making for the boxes. I don't know. I don't know whether this is a choice and this is how it really comes, but I miss their packaging. Some house brands are good. Like Cat and Jack, a lot of Target brands are their own house brands, and a lot of them are really good. But I do think in subscription boxes, their house brands aren't always as good. And then this is one where I think businesses choose profit over quality. Soma used to be, I love their underwear. I love their pajamas, and they would last forever. In the last, I would say 12 months-ish, maybe even 2 years, they are falling apart. They're not lasting. And so they somewhere chose to have cheaper fabrics. Victoria's Secret, I haven't shopped there in a long time, but 15 years ago when I lost a bunch of weight, I was so excited because I could finally wear Victoria's Secret, because I still don't think they do, but they never had plus size. And so you had to be a missus to fit them. I was so excited, and they were really good bras. And then all of a sudden I went to buy a new one and it was just not made the same. One of my friends used to be a manager at, I don't know whether it was Express, but she would basically say that a company would have 5 stores nationwide where they would try out a cheaper made item, if nobody complained, there weren't, you know, I don't know what ratio threshold they had, they would then mainstream it. And I think Soma, Victoria's Secret, a lot of brands, instead of raising their price, have lowered their quality, and we just kind of accept it. So I just kind of feel like subscription boxes are going downhill a lot. And again, it's also, you know, in your perception. I think they're fun. I will not stop getting them. But I hope we can turn it around. I would rather them charge $5 more than go down the hill. I feel like there's a lot of no-name brands. Like, I don't know. This could be a very well-named brand. I think this was like advertised as like a $60 sunscreen. I do not like it. Anyway, that's just kind of like, I meant this more as like a, kind of like a fun little whatever. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Are some of these boxes going downhill? I don't know what they can do about it. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.